I don't know what you're drinking, but maybe put it down for just a moment, because there's been confirmation from the company Pioneer Foods that it's recalling a batch of Liqui Fruit Red Grape still in cans. It says that there are glass particles in some of the drinks and that people must return them. Tezi Mabuza is the Acting Commissioner at the National Consumer Commission. Acting Commissioner, good afternoon to you. What do we know what is wrong with these cans? Has Pioneer Foods given you the full story yet?
We started receiving the information from Pioneer Food yesterday. What we have received as the NCC is that they are cans themselves, they are glass particles in those cans. And for now, what we are receiving is information from them in relation to how far they are and in terms of their investigation, and also how far they have distributed. So their investigation is still ongoing, so we don't know exactly what caused the glasses to end up in cans.
I mean, this is a can we're talking about. I can't imagine how glass particles get into a can. It should be almost impossible.
We think so, but normally in production, problems do happen. Sometimes machines do break. But then we have given them an opportunity to really conduct their own investigation and really tell us. But then in the process as well is that they have also informed the Department of Health so that we can have product recall also in other neighboring countries wherein they have already imported some of the products.
Oh, wow. Okay, what happens if you've actually bought these drinks? What must you do?
As a consumer, the role of the Commission is to put you at a place where you were before you purchase the product. So we are urging consumers to say, please look underneath the can. We are looking at 2 date markings. The date markings that we are looking at is the best by date of April 2021. And the second one is the 2nd of April 2021. Please, before you consume the product, look underneath that can. If that product falls within that badge with those date markings, we request that please return that product to the retailer. Even if you have lost your receipt, you will not be asked for that. Return it and then you will get your refund.
So you can take it to any retailer, you can take it to a supermarket, a petrol station, wherever you bought it?
Yes, you can take it to any retailer that is a stockist of that product. But normally consumers would know exactly where they bought the product. And there is no need really to fluff around and say, I don't have a receipt or anything. Please do return them.
When this happens, what is your role on this? You made the point that is to return to the consumer to the position that they were in beforehand. Can you actually order a company to undertake a recall like this?
Yes, in this instance, when we received the information yesterday, what they were telling us is that it's a safety recall. But looking at the nature of the product and also that it is a fast-moving product, as the NCC, we ordered them to say that we cannot wait a day further than that Sunday, than yesterday. So that's why we ordered the recall yesterday to commence yesterday, and for them to issue a press statement together with us so that we make sure that we minimize the impact that this could have to the consumers. But then as a commission as well, it happens that at times, even if our companies don't make proactive recalls, our responsibility is to check at complaints that are there in the market, especially working with the Consumer Goods and Services ombuds, wherein if we get a number of complaints on a particular product, we will then ask a company to conduct an investigation so that we can get a report. And then in certain instances wherein it becomes imminent that really there is a danger in relation to that product that has already been posed, or that we have seen post maybe the use of that product or maybe the consumption of that good, then we will order a recall. But we also make sure that we consult with other regulators, like in this instance, because it's food, then we will consult with other regulators that are either a standard authority, like in this instance with the Department of Health, because we have standing protocols wherein we can make sure that as a collective, as regulators as a collective, we all have a mandate to play, and then we do that collectively.
Is there a responsibility, and you talk about the media statement that the companies issued jointly with you, you're conducting this interview with us to make sure that people know about this. What duty is there on terms of the company that they also have to go and make sure people know about this?
Yes, our responsibility is to make sure that when they inform us, the first thing that we ask is their communication strategy. Because that, in most cases, it becomes easier for bigger retailers to only concentrate on your national newspapers and all that. And for us as the Commission, because we understand that people that are consuming the product, they might be people that by that time are not reading newspapers, they are listening at TV, radio stations and all that. We make sure that the communication that we get and their communication strategy addresses the consumers that we think that those products have been in this case, have been distributed to. We also as well ensure that also their distributors, it could be distributors within the borders of South Africa and those that are external wherein they have exported those goods, to ensure that the same message goes out to every other distributor that is out there, so that we cover as much ground as much as possible.
And if someone does get hurt by this or something like this, I mean, can they lodge a complaint with you? Do you investigate their complaint? You take it up on their behalf?
In this instance, if somebody gets hurt, then in this case, we are talking about the direct correlation. So we would need that consumer to really either go to a medical facility. There should be proper research conducted, in this case, nursing, and all that, and a report that says that the consumer was hurt because they consumed this product, and there should be a direct correlation. Based on that, then on that report, as a commission, we can take that forward. Our responsibility is to ensure that the retailer and even the manufacturer, everybody in the value chain is responsible to what's happened or the harm that would emanate from the consumption or the use of that product.